Okay, so let's look at some of the tools that we'll be using, because cybersecurity is all about tools. Okay, cybersecurity tools are specialized software. So it can be a software, it can be a system designed to protect computers, network, and data. Now, when we're defining cybersecurity, these are the parameters we're using. Cybersecurity protects systems, is protecting networks, is protecting data or information from unauthorized access, attacks, and other cyber threats. Okay, they assess cybersecurity professionals in tasks like detecting vulnerabilities, monitoring network traffic, preventing malware infections, securing sensitive information, and managing responses to security incidents. Okay, so we have common categories of cybersecurity tools include antivirus software. These are the common ones. We have firewall, we have intrusion, detection, and prevention systems. Then penetration testing frameworks, which we just finished talking about. We have security information and event management. Okay, and then we have vulnerability scanners. Example of some of these tools are Nmap, Wireshark, Metasploit, and Splunk. So let's start looking at some of these tools one after the other. I'll be sending this slide when we're done. So I might not explain all the tools, and also we might not be using all the tools at the end of the day. We'll just pick some of the tools, the ones that are relevant to what we are doing. Is that okay? So the first on our list, we have what we call the Aircrack NG. Okay, so this is a tool for monitoring and assessing Wi-Fi networks. I know this already sounding interesting to some of us. Okay, so this tool is used for monitoring, assessing Wi-Fi networks, network security, including packet capture, network password cracking. Okay. Sorry, some of the terms we're using here, I don't know if all of us are familiar with it. Like I just talked about packet capture. I talked about what is a packet. So please, if I use a term that you are not familiar with, these are things you can always go on your own and check. I don't have to start explaining what a packet is. I assume you already know what, when we say packet, you know what it means. That's in terms of cybersecurity now, not, packet means different thing in depending on this context in which you are using it. Okay, so I assume you know some of these terms, and if you don't, please kindly check them out. So we're going to use this particular tool, Bob Suite. It's a comprehensive web vulnerability scanner with tools for analyzing and exploiting application security. So we're going to use this particular tool at some point in our lecture. So this is also a very powerful tool. They have the professional edition and the community edition. The professional edition, you have to pay for it, and the community edition is free. So that's the one we'll be using, because the professional edition is quite expensive. You have to pay for it to get the key. So we'll be using this particular tool for one of our analysis. Another tool is Cain and Abel. For Christians, Cain and Abel is their Bible names, their names in the Bible. So there's a tool called Cain and Abel. This is a password recovery tool for Windows. It can help you crack encrypted passwords using variety of methods. So if you have something you need to crack the password, this is the tool for you to make use of. Cain and Abel. I know the names sound very funny, but these are things you'll be needing. Okay, we have Diabooster. This is a directory brute force tool for finding hidden directories and files on the web server. When we talk about directories, you know, on your computer, you can create like on your computer you can create a folder inside a folder. Okay, on the computer, when we talk about directory, we're referring to folders. Okay, when we talk about directories on computer, we're referring to folders. So you can have a folder inside a folder inside a folder, and at times this is how people hide information, by creating folders inside folder. The screen is not showing again. Wonderful. Okay, I'll reshare it again so that we can continue from there. Screen is not sharing again. Okay, is it showing now? Is the screen showing? If somebody can speak out. Yes. Okay. So let's continue. So we have ExploitDB. ExploitDB is a database of public exploit and corresponding software vulnerabilities. So if you need if you want to get data of vulnerable softwares that are vulnerable, that are public, this is where to come. You come to ExploitDB to do that. We have ForcePoint. This is a cloud-based security solution focusing on data protection, endpoint security, and web security. Okay, we have GFI language, network vulnerability scanning, patch management, and network auditing tool. Hashcat is an advanced password recovery tool that supports numerous hashing algorithms. Don't worry if you don't understand what hashing is, you don't understand what algorithm is. In the process of the course, you learn all of this. We have Hydra. This login cracker supports numerous protocols to attack. It is easy to add modules to the already existing one. Therein, researchers and security consultants easily gain unauthorized access to a system remotely with the use of this tool. So you can use this tool to access somebody's software, access somebody's account. Please do this ethically, because we are not criminals. Like I said earlier, we are not criminals. So, okay, let's just continue. So we have Immunity Debugger. This is a powerful tool for analyzing and exploiting software vulnerabilities in Windows application. We have Intrace. Intrace is a trace route-like application. It has a lot of functionalities like enabling users to enumerate IP hops, exploiting existing TCP connections, both initiated from a local network or a remote host. It could be useful for network reconnaissance. I already explain to us what reconnaissance is and firewall bypassing, and it comes by default with Kali Linux. So don't worry, I'll show you how to get Kali Linux immediately after this course. After this today's lecture, I'll be sending you a link where you get your Kali Linux, because that's most of these tools we are talking about, they are already on Kali Linux. Once you install Kali Linux, you have access to them. So immediately after this course, I'll be sending you a link. That will be your assignment for this week. You get your Kali Linux installed. I'll send you the code to register, the registration code for the Kali. Okay, so the other tool we're having here is John the Ripper. This is a fast password cracker capable of dictating and exploiting weak password policies. Then we have Kali Linux itself. Kali Linux is like an operating system. Kali Linux is an operating system James or Menka, what are you saying? My own is John. Are you John the Ripper? So Kali Linux is like an operating system, and it comes with most of the tools we're talking about here. And that is one of the tools we'll be installing on our system. Okay. Then we have KeePass, a secure open source password manager that stores all passwords in an encrypted database. We have Legion. Legion is an open source network penetration tool. It can be used to gather information and also exploit information system. It has a lot of functionalities that enable users to bother less about some tools present or absent in the system. So we have Linux, a security auditing tool for Linux and Unix system, checking for security vulnerabilities and compliance issues. Metasploit is also a very good tool for penetration testing, framework used to develop and execute exploit code. We have Nmap. We're going to use Nmap. Nmap is used for scanning. You can use it to scan a network to check how the traffic is flowing on the network, check where there are loopholes on that network, and where you want to attack or where an attacker can come in from. So we're going to use Nmap as well. Another tool we have is OpenVAS. An OpenVAS source vulnerability scanning suite for dictating security weakness in a system or an application. So we have OSSEC. OSSEC simply means open source heat security. Just as the name implies, is a free open source host-based intrusion detection system. It has numerous functionalities and can provide intrusion detection for different operating systems. I believe we all know what operating system is. Then we have the Parrot. Parrot is similar to Kali Linux. It is lighter in terms of weight, like in terms of space, the disk space it occupies. It's easier to install. But we're going to use Kali Linux. We're not using Parrot because Kali Linux is still better than this. Then we have Pingcast2. This is a tool for Active Directory health and security assessment. This is similar to Diebuster. We have Qemo. Qemo is a fast processor emulator. Okay, Qemo used to be one package with all functionalities included, but recently Qemo has become large and has been split into numerous packages. Different packages provide entirely different services, and one really needs all of them together. So we will not be using this. We have Qualys. Qualys is a cloud-based tool that provides vulnerability management, compliance, and web application scanning. Okay. I just need you to know all these tools. We will not be using all of them. We'll just pick the ones that are relevant to one we are doing. We'll just pick the ones that are relevant to what we are doing. But at least you should know them and know what they are used for. Okay, we are not going to be using all of them. So we have root terminal. The root terminal offers the same functionalities as the normal terminal. We have Kali Linux. We already have terminal, so you don't need this. But it's also a very good tool. We have Radar 2. This is an open source framework for reverse engineering and binary analysis. We have Snort. Snort is an intrusion detection and prevention system capable of analyzing real-time traffic. Okay. Then we have Tor. Tor is a browser. Okay. Just like we have Google, we have what do you call it? We have Bing, we have mama.com and all those other browsers. Tor is also a browser, just the way we have Chrome, the way we have Firefox, the way we have Edge, okay, Microsoft Edge. Tor is also a browser. But what the advantage of having Tor, using Tor as a browser, it can hide your identity online. Okay, you can browse anonymously. You know, with other browsers, if you search any information online, you can be tracked. Okay, they can track your IP address and know where you're browsing from. But with Tor, you can hide and browse online, and nobody will dictate. Nobody will know where you're browsing from. It hides your IP address and other information about your system. So that's just the advantage of using Tor. We're going to also make use of this tool. It's very important. Very, very important. Tor. Okay. For those of you that watch movie, you must have seen one movie where there's Tor. Then we have TCP dump. TCP dump is a packet analyzer for capturing network traffic and displaying it in real time. We're going to use this as well. We use TCP dump in Kali Linux. This comes with Kali Linux. We're going to use it. Then we have urlscan.io. We're going to use this tool as well. Okay. This is a tool for analyzing URLs to identify potentially malicious activity. If this tool, like, you know, most of the times, if an organization is doing recruitment, you'll just be seeing everybody just sending different websites, maybe on a WhatsApp platform and all of that. Now, for you to know which of those websites is correct, which one is genuine, you can just open this urlscan.io. Just open it and paste that website there. It will tell you everything about that website. When the website was created, when it was hosted, where it is hosted, which country it is hosted, what is the IP address of that website. It will give you every information about that website. Okay, so this is one of the tools we'll be using. It can help you to dictate a fake website, so that you also not fall victim of scam, online scam. You know, like this what do they call them? This FRSC, is it? This revenue something. They just started their recruitment recently. They opened the portal and we just had different websites flying up and down. Nobody knows which one is the correct website. So for you to really know the correct website, this is where to check it. Yes, FIRC, thank you. So we have VeraCrypt. Okay, this is a free disk encryption tool for creating secure and encrypted containers for data storage. I think we might also use this. We might not really use it, but I'll show you how to use it. This is used for maybe you want to encrypt a flash. You want to set a password on your flash. Maybe you have very sensitive information in that flash and you don't want anybody to access it. Flash, hard disks, folders, whatever you want to encrypt. Encryption simply means restricting access. That's what encryption simply means. We have VS Codium. We have Wireshark. We're going to use Wireshark. Wireshark is used for network protocol analyzer. Okay, it's used to capture and display packet. Okay, this word packet is coming in again. For those who don't know what packet is in networking, please try and find out. When we talk about packet, I think the simplest way to put it is data, okay, and display data. When we talk about packet in network or in computer, cybersecurity, we're talking about data. That is exchange of data, okay? So with Wireshark, you can analyze and capture packet and display that packet in real time, okay? Explico, this is a network forensic analysis tool. We will not be using this. XTEM will not use it. XTEM allows users to run programs that require a command line interface. We will not use this. Yara, a tool for identifying and classifying malware based on patterns. We're not going to use this. There's also a nice tool. Zap, we're going to use Zap. Zap is a very interesting tool. We're going to use Zap. Zap is widely used web application security scanner for finding vulnerabilities in web applications. So this is the tool that we'll be using for our web application security. If you have a website, you have an application that you want to test if that application is secure or not, Zap is the tool to use. Once you put the URL on the Zap, it will just scan it. It might take some time. At the end of the day, it will give you results. It will tell you these are the vulnerabilities that are on this website. This is what I'm watching. So we're going to use Zap. I'll show you. That's what the class is all about. Then finally, we have what we call hypervisors. Okay. I don't know if we are still following. This one that everywhere is just silent. I feel like I'm just talking to myself. Please, if you are still following, kindly drop a message in. Okay, so most of us are still following. We're following. Okay. So I think it's been like 1 hour, 20 minutes since we started. So we'll just call it a day here. Tomorrow we'll continue from this hypervisors because I really want to. This where we are starting to. This is where we'll be starting to get more get into the tools, installation of tools. So I will continue from this hypervisors tomorrow. Okay. Then after this, I'll show you how to install Kali on your system and how to run it, how to install Kali Linux and run it. So 7 p.m. we're back to continue our class. Okay, so we'll continue from these hypervisors. I will explain what